Do you know what you're going to say?
No.
You're just going to wing it?
Yeah.
I love it. Hi everyone, and welcome to the July/August edition of the newsletter here at Hagley Golf and Country Club. Firstly, I'd like to apologise for the slight delay. I was injured, I hurt my back, and then Matt went on holiday, and then we've been waiting for the sun to come out so I could finally show off my latest golf outfit. So welcome. One of the main things we're going to talk about today is what's going on the course, specifically around some of the bunkers, and then we're going to fill you in on some other pertinent information about work that's coming up in the future.
We're also going to be having a chat with Jeff Tibbetts, our current vice captain and captain of the B team, and we're also going to be having another chat with Brian about some of the new machinery that we're using around the golf course and anybody else that we can cop hold of, basically.
And Gary in the clubhouse, hopefully.
Gary in the clubhouse, hopefully, but we haven't asked him yet, so we'll see how things go.
This is what we term as winging it. You can cut that.
So stick with us, and we'll all find out where we go together.
So we've managed to get Brian, our head greenkeeper at Hagley Golf and Country Club, some of his time, and we're looking at some of the new machinery that Littleton Enterprises, Lord Cobham, have invested in at the golf club. So Brian, what's this?
Well, yes, this is the new greens mower, the Triflex 3400 from Toro. We've been lucky enough to have had one of these bought for us, and it's just the latest machine which we can rely on. It's far more reliable than our old machine, and it also does a better job than the old machine in quality of cut, in terms of quality and cut.
What's the difference between the two? Why is this a better cut?
Just because the way that the unit is held when it's been mowed. The old version used to drag the unit along, and you may notice on some of the greens there was some, as it round the edge in particular, you see some different levels. This one will, because the way this one carries it, pulls it along like that, you don't get that uneven action as you're going around the corners of some of the greens, the edges of some of the greens. This one has also got this brush in between the front roller and the cylinder, which as it's working, as it's going, it's pricking the grass up and picking the grass up straight prior to cutting, and then it goes to the cylinder, and the cylinder just cuts it off cleanly with the 11 bladed unit that we've got there.
11 blades.
11 blades.
Sounds exciting.
What's this thing for? I've just noticed.
What are we looking at? That is a rear roller brush, which is just simply to keep the rear roller clean of grass and debris.
So the spiral effect pushes the debris out to the sides, I
It
guess.
just stops it from building up on there, which you often get, particularly during wet mornings.
So how long have we had this? About 3 weeks, something like
3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that.
And I suppose the biggest difference that us as members are going to see is there's going to be more even greens, more even cuts of the greens.
Quality of cut.
Yeah.
Yes. Even quality of cut.
And I'll take it it's got a very comfortable seat.
It has.
Given how much these things cost.
Yes, very comfortable.
Can I try it out?
Try it, Darren.
I will. It's spring loaded. I like it. Quality.
It all looks perfect apart from the clothes you're wearing.
Excellent.
Brilliant. So we've got this, and what other machines have we got
We've
new in?
also got a new greens roller. It's another Toro model.
Okay. Which is...
Let's go look at that. So I'm reliably informed that this is our new greens roller.
Another Toro piece of kit, the 1240, which we've also had for about 3 or 4 weeks. We've already got a greens roller, but not as good as this one. The difference is between this and the old one is it's slightly wider, it's a lot faster, it's a lot more accurate to steer with, and it just does a better job generally all round, because we can get the greens cut a lot rolled a lot quicker than we could with the old one.
What is the purpose of actually rolling the green?
It's just to increase the spread. It doesn't compact it down, it just smooths the surface out like an ironwood.
So you get a more consistent. You get
like an ironwood.
So
it just smooths the crease.
I thought he was talking about a golf club called an ironwood. I thought, what? I haven't got one of them.
You don't know what they is.
I thought you meant an ironwood. I thought I haven't got one of them.
It just smooths out the surface of smooths the wrinkles out on the surface of the greens, and just leaves it.
So it's a more consistent surface over the whole of the green.
Yeah, that's the objective.
And is this the one that zips from side to side?
This is the
we
one
see?
that goes from side to side.
This one looks the most fun to use.
Yes, it
Have
does. Would
everything
you
I've
like to
seen.
use it?
We would.
Most definitely.
We would definitely like to use it.
You can use it. You can have a go. Oh, he's brave.
I'm joined today by our vice captain and B team captain, Jeff Tibbets. Jeff's going to join us and just explain a little bit more about the B team.
Good morning all, pleasure to be here with you today. I've just come to unravel some of the mystery of the B team. B for Boston, B for brilliant, B for wherever you want it to be. These two gentlemen did suggest something else, but it can't be repeated on camera. All I want to do is shatter the myths that although there is a similar 4-ball, better ball format, it's not quite the Ryder Cup. And it is open to all members. Basically, we meet and play roughly 15 to 16 fixtures a year. We have a situation whereby we pair off at random, try and mix the pairings up as much as possible. The whole idea is to play courses like Enville, Ladbroke Park, Harborne, Stourbridge for 15 quid. Now, if you want to rock up at those clubs and play their course as a visitor, you'll be paying a darn sight more than 15 quid. And guess what? Not only do we sometimes beat them, we actually get fed as well. So really, there is no mystery. If you want independent opinion, ask Calvin or Tony or Keith or Justin, that have all joined and come and had a go at the B team and now know that it's a no pressure situation. It stands for friendly, and as long as we win, everything's absolutely fine. The background, we went in year one and finished up winning all games home and away. Second year, I'm afraid we lost 2, and this year we've played 12, won 7, lost 5. Obviously, therefore, my position is definitely under review. It's an indication that we definitely need some new blood, chaps. So please feel free. You'll get to see where the B team list is posted, and if you let the B team captain know when and where you would like to play, we obviously give preference to people that play home and away. Don't tell me you want to play away at Enville, away at Harborne, away at Stourbridge. It don't happen, but we will try and accommodate you wherever possible, and nobody dies.
Excellent. What's typically what's the tea time?
The tea time is a start at 2 p.m. for home fixtures, usually on a Thursday, and we're trying obviously to get all of the home games on Thursdays, certain amount of routine there, and we're not as desperate as we were when we struggled a couple of years ago. And then obviously the finish is round about 7 o'clock. You go in, have a beer, in for the meal. Some wonderful jokes. The B team captain of the last couple of years has been absolutely magnificent with his jokes, as the rest of the team will tell you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Not a problem at all, Darren. Thank
So
you.
get your names down, guys.
Okay guys, now we just moved inside in case some of you have been walking around with your eyes closed and not noticed that the B team notice board is in your very own changing room, where you have the list of fixtures and the team list that goes up that gets confirmed. All you need to do is to tick your name to say that you are available for the meal and for the golf. And as you can see at the top of the board, it says friendly matches. So guys, it really is no big deal. It is your chance to play local golf courses for a very reasonable price. And I'm sure once you get brave enough to take the decision, you'll be hooked on B Team Golf, and we'll very much welcome new members. Thanks very much, guys.
Okay, so we're here with Gary Titley, who started with us about 3 weeks ago. He's going to spend a couple of minutes just talking to us all about exactly what he's doing here, his job role, and plans for the future of the club. So, Gary, what do you do?
Okay, well, Alison and Lord Cobham have brought me in to head up the operations, mainly overseeing the food and beverage at the moment, concentrating on that, the service delivery, the quality, and try and move things on with the menu concepts like the breakfast menu, the main menu, and looking at the beer and the coffee and that side of things really.
We've had a big change around with the menu and stuff. What kind of differences are we looking at there?
That's been really positive. So we've actually launched our own bar snacks menu, which we're trialling for the next 4 weeks. We incorporated the breakfast options on there as well, and after some of the feedback that we received from some of the key members, we launched a new separate breakfast menu which had a bit more of an extensive range and included some free tea and coffees with certain items, which is what they felt was an added benefit, as well as some of the sandwiches and things. So yeah, we're listening to the customers and the members, and we're just going to keep trying to take that forward, and then hopefully in 4 weeks' time release a brand new menu after all the feedback that we've gathered in.
Okay, so feedback's really essential from it. We need
really
people
essential.
to.
But the members have been really good. They've been really keen to give us the feedback when necessary. So
Okay.
it's really good.
So from your 3 weeks here, what are your impressions about the place?
Yeah, lots of potential really. Nice bit of a blank canvas really to get involved and work on new projects. Working on menus, menu design. We just launched our online survey yesterday in the bar area, so all the members can come down, put in their survey request on what their type of beer is, how much they spend, different types of ales and beers. So once we gathered that feedback in, we can potentially look to try and change some of the range that we've got on offer from the feedback that we've been given.
And I presume that's quite easy to use, user friendly.
Yeah, it's easy to use. It's just simple questions. You just punch a button and then just rate your favourite types of beer and what ales you like and what lagers.
Okay.
It's like Carling against Foster's, or
Okay, yeah.
so you can choose which one it is.
And this was the view to maybe changing things around in the bar
Yeah,
at a
that's the
future
view
date.
to maybe change it so we're not dictated by Carlsberg and just having to use the Carlsberg range. Potentially might be going down a bit more of a free house option where we can pick and choose the different types of beers that we have in. But again, it all depends what feedback we get from the members really.
Okay, and you've been out on the golf course. How's your golf?
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, really poor.
Handicap?
No. I'm way too even high, way too high for handicap at the minute. So I went out in 53 on the first 9 and come back out in 48 on the back 9. So,
I'd take that every day of the week.
So that was my first round. So I need to get back out and do a bit more.
We'll only
practice.
have you, and I trust you've met lots of friendly faces around the place and getting to know people.
A few friendly faces.
One or two.
One or two. Yeah.
We'll find our way out through. We'll make friends with you
overall,
eventually.
It's a really positive start in the 3 weeks I've been here.
Okay.
So the members have been very welcoming, and so are the staff. So it's all looking positive. Yesterday I got nice luxury of going out and just drinking coffee for a couple of hours for a brand new coffee machine, so that's on the horizons at the moment, so hopefully we can take that project forward again over the next few weeks.
Any other bigger plans for catering side of things?
Yeah, another project is obviously looking at the wine. So once we've sorted the beer, I need to go out and try lots of different ales from all the different types of breweries around, which is difficult, but someone's got to do it. And then I'll look to do the wine and see how we can take the wine on. So I'll have a little try of some nice reds and some nice white wines.
What would be interesting if we could do some video recording while we're doing the wine tasting.
Yeah,
Me and Darren
if you want to come down in November, we're doing a 7 deadly gins night. So members can come down, drink gin, have some food, some light nibbles, some olives and breads and things like that, and then we just get to drink gin for a few hours.
Sounds
If
awful.
you want to come down for that, keep an eye out. But that's going to be released quite soon about that project, and then in December we're looking to do a wine and cheese evening as well. So
Brilliant.
yeah, anytime you want to come down to that, then
Also, well, we wish you all the very best,
thank you very much.
and we'll definitely see you around the clubhouse in the future.
Yeah, most
Cheers,
for
Gary.
sure.
Thanks a
Thank you
lot.
very
Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
So we're out on the course again in front of the right hand side 11th bunker. As you may remember from the previous newsletter, we're actually talking about the main focus that we've given to the green staff is to focus on bunkers and tees. We identified the bunkers that needed most of the work, this being one of them, and we've discussed this at length. The 11th has needed this kind of work doing to it for about the past 4 years now, so we've really put some pressure on to make sure that this is a focus so we can get this bunker how it should be. The plan is they've taken all of the sand out, they're going to have a look at the drainage and make sure the drainage is working effectively, and then that top bank is going to be rolled. So before we had a face coming up and a lip and it was all overgrown, didn't look very nice. You get burrowing animals digging holes in there. So the plan is to just roll that top edge a little bit more, make it a little bit more easy to maintain while still retaining the shape of the bunker. So once the work's completed on the 11th right hand bunker, The next bunker in the plan is the right hand bunker on the 13th. Admittedly, just looking at this, it doesn't look that bad at the moment, but it does need some refurbishment work, both from the depth of sand and the finish around the edges. Something else we talked about in the last newsletter was the refurbishment of all the bunkers, but also looking at the positions of new bunkers that we're planning for the 8th. So next week a company's coming in, John Greasley Limited, and they're going to look at not just the position of the new bunkers on the 8th, but also what we can do to reshape and add better definition, make them more appealing to existing bunkers on the course. So as you can see, this bunker on the right hand side of the 5th, quite boring in shape, just pretty oblong. So this guy's going to come in and give us some advice on making the best use of the ground we've got, so the bunkers look the most appealing and attractive on the course. You may remember in one of the previous newsletters that we asked members to be conscious of the people behind them, to rate the bunkers, and always be of the opinion, well, someone's going to be playing this hole after me. You're going to be shown some pictures that are going to be superimposed onto this video that shows what the green staff came across when they came to the course earlier this week. And it's just not really acceptable that someone behind you is going to be playing that hole and their ball could end up in one of those footprints. So please make a conscious effort to rake the bunkers when you leave them, with the person behind you in mind, because they're going to potentially have to play off that same surface. So your thanks, you have my thanks, and it would be much appreciated.
Okay, and just to round up at the end of this newsletter, a couple of things we need to mention is talk about the digital side of things. A lot of work's been going on in the background to update the new website, which should be coming fairly soonish. We haven't got a concrete date on it yet. Alison's working very hard with Gareth over the road and a web design company called Phoenix Design, who have been putting a lot of work into a lot of new images, a lot of filming that you might have seen being done on the golf course. Also, on top of that, we're looking into, I don't know whether you've received emails regarding an online survey that we're looking into regarding online booking for competitions. If you've got the survey, if that's something that you quite fancy looking into, please fill in the survey, send it back to us so we get as much feedback as we can. If it's not something you fancy, please fill in the survey and let us know. Nothing's going to be done until we've got the majority of feedback from all the members, because we're going to try and make things we're trying to make things as comfortable and try and make as many people as happy as possible. We can't do that without feedback, so please let us know your thoughts. So that's the digital side of things. Moving forwards, we're going to look at a few notable scores from the previous month. Daz?
Okay, so Captain's Day for Ladies, which was held on the 1st of July, was won by Linda Raybold. She's either 37 years old or scored 37 points. I suspect it's the latter. The men's Captain's Day competition was won by Ray Powell with a score of 40 points. So well done, Ray. Well done, Linda.
You've got to excuse Darren, because wearing such bright clothes has affected his eyesight over the years. So I'll talk about the Club Championship. Club Championship was played obviously last month. After day one, the winner of Division 1 was won by Steve Carpenter with 69, Craig Round Division 2 71, and Lee Atkinson Division 3 with 71. And then day 2, Division 1, Steve Lee Shawn 72 points, Division 2, Anthony Rudge 71, and Kim Smith Division 3 with 71 points. The overall winner was Steve Carpenter. Well done, Steve, congratulations. We look forward to a speech in the near future.
Presentation night, even.
Presentation night.
On the 16th of July, the monthly medal. Division 1 was won by Kev Johnson, 68. Division 2 by David Round with 66. I think that's much right, it says 66. And Division 3 by David Reed with 67. The Seniors Captains Charity Day. Division 1 was won by Paul Hardcastle with 38 points. I'm assuming it's 38 points, not 38 years old because he's a senior. And Division 2 was Graham Chance with 38 points.
His sense of humour is as good as his fashion sense. Finally, we just had Simon walk in, and he'd like us to remind you all that he won the Worcester PGA Stroke Play Championship with a 73 and a 69. So well done, Simon. So well done, everybody, for last month. Again, apologies that we took a bit of time to get this newsletter out to you. Again, I'll stick the emails underneath us both, so please get in touch with any feedback.
If you're interested in being part of the newsletter, let us know. You know, we welcome other members being willing to be part of this. So
all good. Hopefully it won't be as long until we do the next one. We shall endeavour to get a date in the diary and maybe try and get a bit more golf
it's
involved.
not us, we're waiting on the brochure.
Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon.
Yeah, thanks again.